Sarah. Welcome back to my channel, and before we get started with today's video, remember to give this video a big thumbs up, subscribe, and turn on post notifications, and without further ado, let's get on with the video. Today's video is going to be a Stephen King reading vlog. I'm going to be reading 2 Stephen King books, and hopefully I love them. I have attempted to read Stephen King once before. A couple years ago, I tried reading Firestarter. I didn't get very far in, but I did not like it. But hopefully, now that I know what to expect from his writing, hopefully I enjoy these ones. We are going to be reading Misery and The Shining, and we are going to be starting off with The Shining, and this edition is stunning, and I also have the one for Misery in this edition, and if you're wondering where I got them from Blackwell's, and I am very excited to read this, but also nervous. I love the movie The Shining, and I know the book is nothing like the movie, so I need to know what the book is all about, and how, what all the differences are, and I'm just so excited to read this one. Also nervous though. I hope I love it. And let's go get reading. I'm on page 65 of The Shining. So far, I'm enjoying it, but nothing really has happened. But I have a feeling that once we get into the action of the story and when things start to pick up, I'm really gonna love it. So right now, what has happened is we are learning about the Torrance family, and Jack has gone to the hotel to meet up with the manager and all that kind of stuff. And then we've also learned about their past, all 3 of them, Jack, Wendy, and Danny. We've learned about some of their past, and that is really all that has happened. I mean, I'm only 65 pages in, but I am enjoying it. There are some things that are a little frustrating to read it, how they're written and stuff, but this was written in the 70s, I'm pretty sure. So let's see, does it say? 77. So yeah, some things are just that's how things were said back then. And so I have to look past that. But I'm really enjoying this, and let's go continue reading. I'm on page 204 of The Shining, and so far I'm really liking it, but it is completely different than the movie, and so pretty much a different story entirely. I mean, they have the same names, and it's the same hotel, but I'm not sure what I said in my last update, but I am enjoying it, and it's very slow so far, but I feel like once we get into the action, I'm going to really enjoy it, and I think I said that in my last update as well. But I'm having a good time, and I do like the writing, so let's go continue reading. I'm on page 356 of The Shining, and I am really hoping to finish this today. So what has happened so far in the part I'm reading, I want to say one of my criticisms is the scene with Lloyd the bartender. The writing was very repetitive. It was Lloyd agreed, Lloyd said that, Lloyd did this, and it was very much I don't know, it was just very short sentences, and they just kept being very repetitive like that. And I'm going to put the book down. So that is one thing that I wasn't a huge fan of, but that scene was a couple pages, so it wasn't that big of a deal. And I am really enjoying all the characters and how they are all being affected by the hotel, and I'm just having a really fun time, and I am so excited to finish this. I'm thinking as of right now maybe a 4-star. I am having a good time, and I don't know, I'm really having a fun time with this one, and I'm really enjoying what is happening. And it's a slow-paced book, but it's not boring or anything. It's I'm really interested in it, and I'm interested, but it is very slow-paced, and everything that's happening is like happening very slowly, like the descent into like madness and like being affected by the hotel. And it's not like, action, 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 at least not yet. But it's just you're seeing slowly the changes with them, especially with Jack, and I'm just having a fun time. So let's go continue reading. I finished The Shining. I give it 4.5 stars. I really enjoyed this one, and I highly recommend this book. And I just had the most fun time with this book. It was just very interesting, and I just couldn't put it down. I really love this book. I like the characters, and I like the story. The writing is good. I highly, highly recommend this one. And I do still much prefer, yeah, that's right. I prefer the movie to the book, but I still absolutely love this book. 4.5 stars, like I said. But the movie is still my preferred format of this story. Well, it's not even really the same story. It's like barely the same story. But I love the movie. It is one of my favorite horror movies. And I just love it so much. But I also really love this book. And I definitely recommend reading and watching The Shining. Like reading this book and watching the movie. Because they are two very separate stories. So just because you've seen the movie or read the book, I feel like it's still different enough that I definitely recommend consuming it in the other format because they are very different. And I just had a really fun time with this one. So that is this one. And next we're going to be reading Misery. I'm not going to start that yet because I'm filming several, 2 vlogs at the same time. But when I do start Misery, I will let you know. I'm on page 23 of Misery, and I am loving this book so much. This book is so different from The Shining in, obviously the story is different, but also this is so fast-paced so far. I just sat down, read 23 pages, and the only reason I stopped was because I was not, I haven't been in a reading mood these last couple days, but this is so fast-paced, read it in a couple minutes, and it's just so interesting, and the writing, I think, is a lot easier to understand than The Shining, although I love The Shining, as you guys know. I just gave it 4.5 stars. But this one I feel like is an easier writing style and a faster paced read. Basically, this is about this author who gets kidnapped. This woman who claims to be his #1 fan, she kidnaps and drugs him and is holding him hostage and in the middle of nowhere. So there's nobody for a long ways. And yeah, that is what this book is about. It is just so interesting so far, and I'm really excited to continue reading. Let's go do just that. I'm on page 171 and I'm still really liking it. It was very intense when he was moving around the house and she was out and he was on a ticking clock. He had to try and escape before she got back. And I will say I'm not really enjoying when we're reading the story he's writing, the novel he's writing. We get to read chapter by chapter, the actual story he's writing, and I don't really care about that. I care more about him and how he's surviving and what she's doing to him. I don't really care about the story he's writing, which I know is a big part of the plot because she's forcing him to write a story, a novel that's the way she wants it to be. But I just don't think we need to see much of the actual story he's writing. But that's my opinion, and I'm really enjoying this one, so let's go continue reading. I finished Misery last night. I gave it 4.5 stars. I really enjoyed it. and I just had such a fun time. The ending was like, the whole book was intense, and I just really had a fun time, and there were parts of it where I didn't quite know what was going to happen and didn't know how it was going to play out and what was really going on, but I had a fun time, really enjoyed this one, and I do highly recommend. Definitely plan to read more by Stephen King in the future. This was definitely a success. I loved both of these books, but that is going to be it for this video. If you made it this far, please leave either your favorite book by Stephen King, or how about, what emoji should we do? How about a sparkle emoji? And before you guys go, make sure you give this video a big thumbs up, subscribe, and turn on post notifications. I'll see you next time. Bye, everyone.